It is my pleasure to introduce you to my colleague and your speaker for today, Simon Jamelin. Simon?
Yes, thank you, Nira, for the introduction. So today we'll talk how to choose your next dedicated server. As you may know, Scaleway is a European cloud provider, and one of our strategiest cloud solution is to provide bare metal dedicated server or elastic metal, and this is the subject of today. Sorry. So I am Simon Jamelin. I am key account manager at Scaleway, and my job is to understand, advise, support, and deploy cloud solutions to strategic clients and be sure they are the most satisfied as possible in their cloud journey with Scaleway. So today's topics, before to start and go deeper in the subject about elastic metal and how to build the most resilient and efficient cloud infrastructure with Scaleway, I would like to have a quick reminder of who are we at Scaleway, where we come from, and where we want to go. And then we're gonna go deeper in the subject to see how we build our bare metal range, the different kind of configuration, what are the pillars, the basics of what we want to give to our clients, to have the most adapted solution to understand your needs and answer all the questions you may have. And then I will have the pleasure to have with me Arnaud Alcabas and Antonio Goriaed for a Q&A session to talk about how you can build your cloud solution with Scaleway in a technical way, but also what will be the next step to start your cloud journey at Scaleway. So Scaleway in a nutshell, Scaleway has been founded 20 years ago, but we put an acceleration in our building solution because we wanted to have a strong and better impact of the development of cloud solution over the market. So Scaleway, it's two added value, sovereignty and sustainability. We want to be one of the main European provider of tomorrow. We want to provide cloud solution and build a full cloud ecosystem with a common goal, because we believe that together we will have a strong impact on the European sovereignty. And we decided to build our own data centers over Europe, so in Paris, Amsterdam, and Warsaw. And all of these data centers are built in a sustainable way because we believe that we'll have a strong impact on the environment and we'll build together the cloud of tomorrow. Scaleway is also more than 500 talents, 500 scalers, mainly in the technical team, because we believe that this is a way to build the cloud of tomorrow, and this is a way to provide to our clients, our future clients as well, the best solution as we can and the most adapted solution to understand all your needs and all the possibilities you will have with the cloud provider as Scaleway. At Scaleway, when we start a solution, when we start to build a cloud solution, we believe in one point. We know that for you, decision maker, VP of engineering, developers, decision maker, it's always complicated for you to choose between a solution more than another one, because you have to choose between cloud, on-premise, PaaS, IaaS, dedicated server, or managed database virtualization for the application part. But you can be sure that at Scaleway, we are aware about this, because all of what we do, it's to start building solution and be aware that we know that all our clients are different in terms of needs, in terms of consumption profile, in terms of solution use, kind of growth perspective possibilities, but also in terms of seasonality and scalability. That's why you can be sure that at Scaleway, you'll find all the complete cloud ecosystem to answer all you need you will have, and be sure you have an adapted solution to your application. And you will have it in only one offer. So only in your Scaleway's account, you will have access to a full cloud ecosystem with Scaleway. At Scaleway, we also believe that building an hybrid cloud solution, hybrid cloud infrastructure, can be a good match for you to get more choices, as we just talked about, more flexibility as well in terms of pricing, in terms of deployment, or in terms of agility as well, because you can have a multi-cloud and hybrid cloud strategy in your infrastructure to control your cost, deploy easily, or customize control and security. And it's also something very important to answer all your needs you will have, but also to answer all the needs you will have and what you want for your clients directly. This is an example of an elastic metal graph of one of our clients, where this client choose to build one part on dedicated server and another part on compute because he has a huge seasonality, a strong seasonality with his cloud solutions. So he decided to have a complete cloud ecosystem with Scaleway and build his application with different kind of cloud solutions. And this is working very well, actually. And then to go deeper on the subject, I would like to talk more about what is elastic metal. Elastic metal, it's our bare metal range. It's 100% dedicated server. Elastic metal has been built in 3 pillars: dedicated performance, flexible billing, and native cloud integration. Dedicated performance is, as I said, 100% dedicated server. It's high availability in terms of network, and you have access directly to a 24/7 support, meaning that you will have a strong team of experts to answer all your questions you will have, but also to anticipate every issue you can have in your cloud infrastructure. So the support is reachable directly by ticket on your Scaleway account. And depending on your needs, of course, I know and I'm completely aware that depending on your application and infrastructure, you can have different needs in terms of support level. So we are completely open to talk about it and see what kind of level can be the right match for your cloud infrastructure. Second pillar, flexible billing. As you may know, and as I said, Scaleway is a European cloud provider. So when I say cloud provider, I said cloud, and cloud means agility and flexibility. That's why at Scaleway, when we launched Elastic Metal 1 year ago, we decided to provide two kind of billing, an hourly one and a monthly one. And you can be sure that all the configuration you will have, all the servers you will have at Scaleway, you can have the choice to get an hourly billing or a monthly billing. No prior notice required, very easy to deploy, and Arnaud will show you just after this how to order a server quickly and how to manage it on your Scaleway account. And loyalty rewarded, because we believe that tomorrow we will build the future of cloud, the future of European cloud. So that's why we took the decision to refund the setup fees or all of your servers order in your Scaleway account after 12 months of consumption in terms of credit on your account. And then third pillar, integrated in our cloud ecosystem. As I said, at Scaleway, with only one door, you have access to a full cloud ecosystem with developer tools, with virtual private cloud, flexible API, and native cloud integration. So we'll have it all in only one account and only one access. That's what we want to deploy and develop at Scaleway. So it was the 3 pillars of how we build a solution. But now we're gonna go concretely. What are the solutions? What are the configuration? And how you can answer all your needs with Elastic Metal ranges. Elastic Metal, it's today 4 ranges: aluminum, beryllium, lithium, and titanium. 4 ranges to answer all you need you will have. Aluminum for more test environment, game servers. Beryllium if you want more calculation powerful to manage your application or your production infrastructure. Lithium because for sometimes you will have to store some data. So you'll have strong configuration with strong capacities to store data very easily and with the right price on the market. And then titanium, the most extreme one with strong performance to answer all EV computing environment you will have on your cloud infrastructure. Scaleway, it's a cloud provider, it's a European cloud provider in multi-availability zone, meaning that today our Elastic Metal server are available in Paris 1 and Paris 2 to get more scalability and more resiliency in your infrastructure to answer all you need and to get all the security you want to have for your cloud infrastructure. And then, so I'm happy to announce that we will have a new opening in terms of data center in 2023 for Elastic Metal. So let's stay tuned and we'll talk about it later. What's coming next? As you may know, we have a strong team of experts to help us to deploy and create new cloud solutions and improve them. So what can I say is we'll have a new configuration in terms of NVMe very soon, because we believe that for some use case you can have these possibilities, this availability for you directly on your Scaleway account. Partitioning, because partitioning can be also interesting for your infrastructure. Block storage to move, increase, and decrease the storage, the level storage you will have on your infrastructure. Cloud init and multi-AZ with private network between a few elastic metal. To finish, sustainability and security. This is one of our added value in addition of sovereignty. So you can believe that we are very interested. We want to have this strong impact on the market to say, yes, we are a provider efficient. We have some KPIs like power usage effectiveness, water usage effectiveness on the market to follow this kind of seasonality and this kind of impact will have on the environment. So you can be sure that our team are working to have the more strong data centers, the more secure one, but also the more sustainable one. And we have also physical security and fire prevention to anticipate all the issues we could have and be sure you have a secure data center to host all your data and the data of your clients. Then, so Scaleway, it's developed some technology to answer all the need you will have and to answer the less impact we will have in the market in terms of sustainability, but in terms of server also. So we create and we build our own servers, and that's a good point. And I want to push on this way. We build our own servers, but also once we have some servers that comes to an end, you want to be sure that we will reuse internally or externally all the pieces, all the components that you will have in the server to use it in another way and be sure that we have a strong impact on the environment. Now I let the floor to Arnaud for a demo time.
Thank you, Simon. So I'll share my screen and show you how we can order an Elastic Metal server in the Scaleway console. So I'm starting my screen share. So here is the Scaleway console. So you'll find the user suspects, so instances, Kubernetes, and so on. And you will find Elastic Metal right here. And you will be able to order a new Elastic Metal by clicking this button. First thing first, you'll have to choose the availability zone. So either Paris 2, which is our very eco-friendly data center, flagship of Scaleway, and Paris 1. And when you have selected your availability zone, you'll have to select either you will be billed hourly or monthly for the servers. So, for example, hourly, and then you will choose the range of servers you want to use. For example, I'll choose the Beryllium range, which was explained by Simon earlier. I'll select my servers, for example, this one, which is using two disk of 8 terabyte hard disk drive, two CPU and memories. And then I'll be able to either not decide which OS I'm going to install or choose an OS, for example, Ubuntu, various Linux version, or Windows, for example, Proxmox or ESXi for virtualization. So I'll show you what happens when I'm ordering Windows. Then I'll be able to name my server. So for example, EM Windows demo. And when I'm ordering a server one with Windows, I have to input the password for the administrator account. I'll be able to toggle the private network feature, which is one of the biggest points for Elastic Metal. Once you enable this option, you'll be able to connect your Elastic Metal server to a private network in our cloud architecture. And through this private network, you'll be able to connect your Elastic Metal securely to our other products. for example, manage database, load balancers, and so on, and be able to have an hybrid architecture using public cloud managed services and dedicated bare metal servers. If you select an Linux OS, you'll add an SSH key in order to connect to the server. Once you order your Elastic Metal server, it will appear on the screen and it's being installed. And the delivery takes quite a few times for now, about 30 minutes, but it will be accelerated quite soon because we are currently deploying a new way of deploying the Elastic Metal server. It has to do with the custom partitioning and so on, and it will accelerate the deployment of a server. I'll show you what happens when a server is already here. So you'll find the SSH command in order to connect to your server. And you'll be able to connect to a private network, for example, here. Once you attach to a private network, for the Elastic Metal server, you'll find a VLAN ID in order to tag the data, which the traffic which should go on the private network, exiting the Elastic Metal server. You'll be able to reinstall your Elastic Metal server with another OS or reinstall from scratch the Elastic Metal server. You'll be able to order a flexible IP and manage flexible IP. And you can activate remote access for the beryllium and lithium range in order to have access to the console of the servers. So for example, if you decided not to install any OS on your Elastic Metal server, you can access the console in order to install the OS you want instead of one we provide. And you will be able to boot in rescue mode if you really need to diagnose any problem pertaining to your Elastic Metal server. I think I've shown everything I wanted to show you. Just a thing, the flexible IPs are IPs you can associate to a server by drag dropping here the IP. And this way, if you have several Elastic Metal server, you can move this IP from one server to another in order to have a failover. Or you can also associate a MAC address for VMware, Xen, KVM, and so on, in order to route traffic to a VM inside the EM server. And that's all for now. So if you have any technical question, feel free to add them in the question tab.
Thank you very much, Arnaud, for this demonstration. Let's move to the other slide. And so you will have these 3 links sent by Nira on the chat. I want to be sure that you are all aware about this, that we are a European cloud provider, but we are also aware that we want some feedback from our clients. That's why you will have everything available on the website, on documentation, or on the blog. So feel free to let us know what you think about, and feel free also that you have all the information to deploy and build your cloud infrastructure with Scaleway solution with those 3 links as well. Antonio, the floor is yours. So Antonio, yeah, you will talk about what will be the next step for our attendees today.
Sure. Thank you, Simon. Hello, everyone. I'm Antonio. I'm a cloud advisor at Scaleway. I help clients with their account creation, their onboarding, their commercial and technical questions during these first steps. The next slide, I will also share a voucher of 100 euros so you can start testing our products and see if they level up to your standards. I'll be assisting you also during that phase. I'll also attach my LinkedIn URL for whom wishes to send me a message on LinkedIn or keep me as a connection for when the need arises in the future. Also, I will be reaching out to you after the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So here is the code to get the voucher, but we will send you in the chat as well. Thank you, Antonio. Then question and answers. So Arnaud, Antonio, and I will be there to answer everything. So if I get the question tab, so from Colin, do you plan to open more AZ to elastic metal? Yes, as I said, it's a plan. We decided to open more IZ over Europe and on our data centers. Today it's Paris 1 and Paris 2 to have redundancy. But in the next coming months or next coming weeks, you will have some information about what will be there and what will be the next AZ available on your Scaleway account. Then Jordi, can you elaborate one more detail what will come in the future in regards to block storage? So I can see that you already answered, Arnaud.
Yeah, I answered in the question tab, but I answer live too. We are currently building all the development necessary in order to be able to attach block storage volume to an elastic metal server the exact same way we do for instances. So you will be able to order block storage volume and then select an elastic metal, and the block storage volume will appear like in instances as a device in your elastic metal server, and you will be able to use it exactly the same way you would in an instance, and then you will be able to snapshot them and so on. So be able to use all the cool features of using block storage in the future.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Arnaud. Is anyone another question? Feel free. So you have a commercial part with me, a technical part with Arnaud, solution architect at Scaleway, and Arnaud talk with client, help client, advise clients to build their own infrastructure and their cloud infrastructure.
So I saw Jordi has added a question in the chat about the 10 gigabytes private networking. So the way it works is currently all the elastic metal range available are using physical NICs, which are limited to 1 gigabyte. The new range, which will arrive in the coming months, will have 10 gigabytes network cards. So they will be able to make use of the full bandwidth of the private networks. So at Scaleway, private networking is up to 4 gigabytes. And when for now the bottleneck is the physical NIC in the server, because we are using physical servers with physical network cards, and the bottleneck is the physical NIC. Once we are offering a new range, which will be called Iridium, if I believe I'm right, the new range will have 10 gigabytes NICs, so you will be able to use the full power of the private networks bandwidth. So that's coming.
Perfect. All right.
Well, since I don't have any question more, I just added something. We are currently also, I'm currently a private beta testing the regional private networks, and I was able, to, for example, to do some architecture where I connected elastic metal servers from Paris 1 to Paris 2. I added elastic metal server to on Paris 2 with a database which is on the Paris region, and make everything communicate also with instances in Paris 3. So regional private networks, in order to have a better multi-AZ architectures, are coming right next the corner. So that's one on the coming next things which were presented.
Yes, definitely more features are coming. We have, as I said, a strong team of experts in the marketing part, in the technical part, to build new solution, to build the most adapted solution on the market and to our client needs. So if we don't have any questions, so you will have Antonio. He send his contacts. Feel free to let him know. He will have all the possibilities to answer your question, to start your journey at Scaleway. And then we'll have the pleasure also to talk to each other with Arnaud and I to help you for sure. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Simon, Arnaud, Antonio, for this great presentation. We hope you found it useful. As Simon mentioned, Antonio will reach out to you to help you with any technical or commercial questions you may have as the next step in your Scaleway journey. You will also receive the recording of this webinar, and should you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. That is it from us for today. We wish you a wonderful day, and we hope to see you soon at some of our next webinars. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.